Okay, Stansbury Freshies, here's a review of what we learned the other day. Okay, this is rotation 1, and we have the setter in the 1 spot, so that's why we call it rotation 1. This is called a 6-2 offense because all 6 positions will hit when they rotate to the front row. And we have 2 setters, so they will set. Those 2 positions will set when they're on the back row. That's why it's called a 6-2. You can also run a 5-1 where one setter would just set all the way around and this would be a hitter. But this is a 6-2, okay? All right, and we're gonna say that this middle is gonna come out right now and we're gonna put in our libero right there. Remember that setters follow middles. So we've got a setter following this middle and a setter following this middle spot. Okay, rotation 1. Let's say we're serving. That's the ball. So the setter comes back here to serve it, and since we're serving, the first thing we're going to do is be on defense. So the middle blocker stands at the net, hands up, ready to block. And because these guys are going to want to go to base just as soon as possible, they're in like this. This outside can go right to her base to start, so can the libero, and there we have everybody ready. So the ball is served. While it's on this side of the net, these 2 are going to trade places and hustle to their base. And the setter comes up to her base. Okay, and now we're ready to play defense. And that's what it looks like when we serve in rotation 1. Now let's go back to our home spot in rotation 1, which really just trades these 2 around. Middle stays where she is. Remember, this is our home position in rotation 1. And let's say that we are going to receive the serve. Serve, receive. So their server's back here ready to serve the ball on the other side of the net. We don't want our setter to pass the ball. Here's the ball. We don't want the setter to pass it, so we'll hide her right here behind this girl. And remember those 6 squares and who you can overlap and who you can't. Remember that this girl can't get in front of this one, so we're going to hide her right up behind her like this. And we're going to shift by scooting the libero over, the outside over, and this opposite hitter down. And now we have 3 passers ready to go. These 3 pass the ball when it comes over. Let's say the ball comes over, our outside hitter passes it up. While the ball is in flight, the setter hustles up to where she's going to set. The middle gets back to hit. The outside hitter gets back to hit. Even though it's over here, we don't have time for her to run clear over here. This girl is going to hit over here. So the ball is passed up to the setter, and then the setter can set any one of these 3 hitters. Let's say she sets our middle, and she hits it over to the other side of the net. And immediately now we're on defense. So we go quickly to base, where we stay. So now we're in our base defense, and then as it comes over, of course, we know that we try to block it, we play defense, we transition on and off the net. When it's on our side, we're trying to hit it over here, so these guys get off the net, the setter gets up, and we hit it back to the other side of the net. All right, that's rotation 1. Let's say we won that point, so we get to rotate to rotation number 2. So before we rotate, you have to remember, all right, where's my home in rotation 1? Because if you rotate out of order, we lose a point. The ball is to us, and we're going to serve. This is still rotation 1, but after we move everybody one slot around, now we're in rotation 2. Okay? And I'm only going to do 3 of them because 4, 5, and 6 are just like 1, 2, and 3. Remember that? Okay, so our outside's gonna serve. And remember that even though normally you can't go that side of this girl, when she steps off the court to serve, it's okay. So this setter can go right to base. She likes to be right at her base. That allows the libero to go right to her base. And the outside hitter likes rotation 2 and rotation 4 because she's where she needs to be already. So she, since we're serving, can go right to her base. The middle always, remember how she's entitled, gets to go right to her base, and then we'll just let this opposite hitter run around her as soon as the ball is served. All right, so the opposite hitter back here serves the ball. Soon as Oh yeah, sorry, outside hitter. This outside hitter serves the ball. As soon as she hits it, as soon as her hand contacts it, this opposite hitter runs to base, and then this outside hitter has to hurry up, not admire her beautiful serve, but hustle over here to her base. Okay, now we're in defense. The ball's over there, we play it back, and when they bring it back over here, we're all ready to back off the net. Setter comes up, we set it up and try to get the ball back on this side with a good hard hit. So it's nice and easy when we're serving, things go a lot faster. Let's say that we made a mistake and the other team won the point. So we've got to go to rotation 2, serve, receive. They're going to serve it at us. All right, so you got to go back to home. And remember that this is where these guys are home right now. Remember the colors have to be exactly opposite of each other. This is home in number 2. And if we're going to do serve receive in this one, we got to not let the setter get it. We want to use this libero to pass, so we know to shift this way. So we've got outside hitters passing with the libero. This libero can't get that side of the setter, so we'll go ahead and cheat her over a little, which is where she wants to be anyway. And then this outside hitter can't get behind the libero, so we're okay right here in this rotation. The ball comes over, and we're getting ready to pass it, and everybody gets ready to hit. So the setter comes up to set. As soon as the ball is contacted, the outside hitter comes up here to hit. The middle hits here, and they all hit in these spots one time until the ball gets over. This isn't where we want this opposite hitter to stay. We want her to go to her base, but let's say as the ball came over from the serve, the libero passed it up, and the setter hits or sets one of these 3, and it goes over. Now we've got to hustle to base, and so the middle would hit here, and then trade really quickly to her base. This opposite would hit out of the middle, and then trade quickly to her base. And the setter knows, I got to hustle back to my base. And as soon as this outside passes, she's hustling clear over here to her base. Okay, so now we have finished rotation 2, and we've shown what we look like. We've got back to our base, and we're ready to move on to rotation 3. Let's say that we won that point out of that serve receive. We were in rotation 2, serve receive, and we won the point. So we've got to rotate. So remember to go back to rotation 2, and setters follow middles. So remember where everybody was. And I guess we could show you how I put these little numbers next to here, meaning that this was an OH1. She was the first outside hitter to come back to serve, and her other OH is called OH2. Okay? So here's where rotation 2 was. We got the point, so we came back home, and now we rotate to 3. This is the last one I'll show you, and then you'll know how 4, 5, and 6 look. Remember that this libero right here is probably somebody who's not the same body style as a middle blocker. We're going to take her out right here and put in our other middle blocker, M2. But we can put the libero back in over here if she hasn't already served, and let her serve and play the back row again for this middle. Okay? All right, here is rotation 3, and we're going to serve. So there's the ball back here with the libero. She's going to serve. We'd like the setter to get over here to base, but it's a long ways. So she's just going to come as far as she can, which is to right here. As soon as the ball is served, these two are going to trade spots. The outside hitter's going to come here to her base, setter's going to go to her base, and the libero will come up here to her base. Because we're serving, the middle blocker knows, oh yeah, it's coming from behind me, so I'm going to play defense first. Set the block right here. Setter can, the opposite hitter can go to her base, and then when the ball is served, all we've got to do is switch here, base, come here, base, base, and then the ball is over here. Libero serves it and then hustles up to her base. And there we are, back again at base. That's what it looks like when we serve out of rotation 3. Let's say we made a mistake, or they got a good hit and they ended up winning this point. So now we got to go to rotation 3, serve, receive. Ball's over here, they're going to serve it at us. So we got to go back to our home spot. Remember what it looked like in home. And you can always remember what that looks like by let's see, so it goes, this girl was over here, looking across, straight across from your position and making sure that your other person that plays the same position as you is directly opposite. So here's our home, but we're gonna receive, and we don't want the setter to get the ball. We don't want her to pass. Remember that this is the funky 3 and funky 6, where these two can just trade positions, but we have to pretend they're in a glass box with these two players, because this person can't go above this one and she can't go that side of that one, so she's going to stand in the corner of this glass box. Same with this girl. She's going to stand in the corner of this glass box till the ball is served. So the setter's just a couple steps away from where she wants to be. This girl can be ready to hit. She likes this one. She likes 3 and 6 because she's already in her spot. So here's our serve receive. We got our outsides and our libero. The ball is served. Let's say this outside gets it, goes up to the setter. This middle blocker is swinging this way. She's gonna come, she's running her approach right through here, and she's gonna hit out of the middle, and the outside's gonna hit right here. So we pass it up. This outside has to hustle, because after she passes, she has to come over here and remember she's playing on the front row and be a hitter. So we hit the ball. One of these 3 girls is going to hit the ball after this set. And then immediately, you guessed it, we're all headed to base. Ball's on this side now, middle's ready to go. Outside hitter runs over to her base, libero's in her base, setter's in her base. Okay, and that's what serve, receive, and rotation 3 looks like, just like it does in number 6. Funky 3 and funky 6, where these two positions just trade each other. Okay, let's say we won that point and we rotate again. Now we are in 4, and we know that because our setter number 2 is ready to set, because we're running a 6-2 offense. We know that setters follow middles, so those guys are there. Now my outsides look like this. And this is exactly what number 4 looked like, because we've rotated 3 times. Okay, that's it. Study that up so that you know all the positions, and that you not only know if you're out of rotation or if you're in the wrong spot, that you know who to watch for around you.